Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, hello. My name is Brooke from Bees Budgets. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for joining me again. Tonight we'll be doing our mystery game night, so get your beverage of choice, get a snacky snack, and let's hop into it. All right, we're going to start off with counting our money, and I am pretty sure we are going to be able to finish the busted game, so that is exciting. We will get to do the full logic puzzle. I do have some happy mail to open up, and we are working still on our 2026 and our challenges that are in here, but I think this might be the conclusion to this series of the busted books. So that's exciting, and we will hopefully the logic puzzle. I love logic puzzles, but sometimes they can take a little bit of time. So hopefully you guys are ready for all of that. But let's go ahead and count our money and let's get into it and see where we are at. So for our game night, we will be saving 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for 90. So let's get that into our cash tray. Okay, so let's start off with our 2026. I don't think that we're going to need all of this to finish our busted book, but we will see. And then any that's extra that's left over, that'll just get rolled into next savings challenges. So because Sunday's video is itty bitties, I don't want to roll it into itty bitties. I already have a specific budget that I put for itty bitties, so I think it'll just get rolled into the next video, which would be savings challenges. So since we closed out and finished Christmas, then we'll go back into our normal rotation of savings challenges. And yeah, so let's go ahead and put our $10 in our 2026. Come on, baby. This comes from Budgeting for Me, and me and Laura from Laura Bell Creations is doing this challenge, and I absolutely love it. And I feel like I'm lacking. I don't have very many grays, but do I really want a bunch of grays? Oh well. I wanted all the colors over here. And then, I don't know, I think I want to do like a rainbow effect on this. All these bubbles. Like have a specific color palette for each circle. Maybe not in a rainbow, but like, let's say this one's pink. So these will all be shades of pink. This one, like blue, all shades of blue. I don't know if I have enough markers to make that look cool, but it sounds cool in my head. All right, let's color in this 10 right here. All right. And we had 300, and we had got to our first 300, so that is sitting nicely in the bank and collecting interest and not in my house, making me nervous because I can't get it into a fireproof, or I can't get it into my safe or my fireproof bag. So yes, so I like that idea of using the prop bills every 300. Okay, so now we are at 1, 2, 3, 20, 35. So 325. So that is coming along nicely. And then that will be rolled into, obviously starting 2026, but it will mostly, I feel like I'm still going to stuff this every single video like I have been. But it will definitely be, I think I'm going to put it in my yearlies book. So I do have my 12-month 2026 collaboration, Disney collaboration, that I'll be starting at the beginning of the year. And then I have Save with Judy's yearly one. So maybe I'll just make a little book of all my yearlies and do it that way. So I'm feeling the yearly challenges this year. So normally I don't ever do them because I can't ever complete them, but I feel like there's enough out there now that they don't feel so intimidating. Where like the ones before, I feel like were like save $10,000, like it was just too much. And you always go into it with all sorts of delusion, like, yeah, I got this. and then halfway through you're like, I do not have this. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and do our binder, and then we'll get into that busted book and see what, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to finish it. And so we will get into that logic puzzle because we only had 2 challenges left. And I think one of them is a roll and say, anyway, let's get into this and then we'll tackle that bridge when we get over there. Okay, so I am doing this challenge from my own, from my stuff, my challenge, and I did the roll, color, and scratch true crime. I'm not going to do the medium side because I will probably close, I'm thinking I want to close this out with the busted book, so then I could start game night with rolling in new games. So let's go ahead, because these are all my challenges anyway, so it's like it doesn't really matter if I end them not early, but you know what I mean. So let's see, we have 2 scratches. Let's go ahead and roll for this one right up here. That's our last roll, and we got a 3. And then let's go ahead and color this one in for 4. This one was 1, but with the roll and save, so we owe this 4 so far. Okay, so 3, 4, and then let's go ahead and do this one down here. This is our last color and save. So that puts us at 6. Okay, so let's do that, and then if I have extra, then I'll come in and I'll do those last scratchers, but if not, I'll just call that done. So $6. So now this one is at 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 for 30. I feel like the red markers take forever to dry, longer than any other ones. So these are each $5. So I'm going to go ahead and get these last 2 icons for 10. And that is a done challenge. Okay, so this one is 20, 30, 45 is what this one saved us. And again, these ones come from me, so these are a digital download in my shop. There's a pack of all of the rest of these is in a pack. I didn't even pull any of my paper clips out. Apparently I didn't have confidence that we would be finishing. Okay. So that's one done. I mean, we're going to call them all done, but we'll see. And then this one has a lot left, but let's go ahead and get the small ones here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do that. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. So 20, 10, and 15. Okay, so this one is now at 20, 30, 5, 40, 1, 2, 3. So 43. we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes left, but that's still quite a bit. But like I said, we'll see what we have left over after the busted book, and then we'll come in here, complete what we can, and then what isn't done, if we're not able to get them all done, we'll just call them completed with the busted book, because these I just rolled in to kind of go with the theme of the busted book. So this is just a roll and save, and it says sound suspicious, allegedly. I don't know, I just thought it was cute. Okay, so 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, oops, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12. And last one is a 1 for 13. 10, 11, 12, and 13. And that one's done. Okay, so this one saved us 20, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. So that is nice for a roll and save. And 3-sided die. Can't complain, can't complain. Set that in the back. So then that just leaves 2 challenges that aren't fully complete, but we will be closing them out. So let me go ahead and pull these out, and then when we finish the busted book, what money we have left over. And this is just the wedding, the invitation to the wedding for the busted book. So I used it as a placeholder because she personalized it, says my name on it, and I love it, and so I wanted to make sure it stayed and didn't get thrown into the commotion with everything else. All right, so let's get into this bad boy. So if you haven't seen this series on my channel, it is a lot of fun. So it comes from Mlosh Designs on Etsy and Mlosh Budgets and Designs on YouTube, and this is her 3rd installment of Busted. I played the first one all the way through on my channel, and then I missed out on the second one, but I think I'm going to go in there and grab that just so I have all of the collection. And then this is the 3rd one. We are pretty much done with this. And then she gifted me the 4th one because she's an amazing human being, and I love her to death, and I love her challenges. If you haven't checked Miriam out, you got to go over there and check her out. She's got some funny challenges. I love her humor, and she just makes me laugh. She is been uploading randomly, so she's fostering cats, and so her life has been busy, but her Etsy shop is still open and thriving, and you guys should go check it out because it's some of her stuff is so funny. Okay, anyway, so this whole premise of this book is that we were invited to this wedding as Detective Coin. So we are a detective. There was a wedding heist that happened, and we are trying to solve the case on who did the heist. So here is the photo before the theft. So here is the bridal suite, and then here is after. And this happened before the wedding. So absolutely horrific. We have 6 suspects that are in here. They have some information that goes along with them. And we have our 6 subjects are, let's see, are the maid of honor, the best man, the mother of the groom, the wedding planner, the caterer, and the officiant. Okay, so those are 6 suspects. And so we have to complete these challenges to then get another clue. So here's the logic puzzle that we have to do, but we have to complete each one of these sections, and then we get to cut open the envelope, and then we have an extra clue in here that goes along with that logic puzzle so that we can start figuring out and with the clues that we have and that are given, solve who did the wedding heist. So we did the wedding vows. We've done the wedding cake. We have done the wedding rings. We did the wedding dress. The only two that we have left is our bridal bouquet and our passports. So the bridal bouquet is a dot-to-dot puzzle, and it's roses are red, violets are blue. The bride found her flowers from the name of you-know-who. The bride has 3 pets: Violet the pig, Rose the cat, and Iris the hamster. You need to figure out which pet inspired the bouquet, and then you can cut open the envelope and hopefully find another clue. So this is a connect dot-to-dot. And so we have to get to, we are on number 57, and we have to get all the way to 76, which I did count it up, and it is 19. So I need $19 to finish this. So we are going to go ahead and connect all these dots. I think we kind of know the shape and who it's going to be, but we're going to go ahead and finish it in its entirety. I made it $1 for each connect. So I am just going to take the $1 back and grab that 20 to complete this one. Okay. And then I will connect these dots, and then we will go into our last challenge that we have in this book. So anyway, why I do this, tell me, how is your guys' weekend going? I just woke up, if you can't tell by my low energy. I'm trying to get awake, but I worked last night, and then the kid, Liam's last day of school for Christmas break, Liam's my son, was today. So they got out 2 hours early. So of course I got home this morning, and you know, I worked all night. So I worked, you know, I work from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., but I have an hour drive to work and an hour drive home. And I'm just going to color in the shaded lines that are in there just to fully connect all of these. And so I think we can pretty much safely assume that this is definitely Rose the cat. And anyway, so we so I worked all night last night, and then I get off this morning, and I get home at 7, and then I have to get my son up and get him ready for school, and then get him off to school. He has to be there by 8. And then I come home, and then they get out 2 hours early. So then I have to turn around, and the way that our pickup is horrific. So if you even want a parking spot close to where, you know, not getting into a lot of traffic, you have to go about an hour early, and they have 3 different pickup spots. So it's not like they only have one choice. So I don't know if maybe it's because it's elementary, but I mean, he does go to they have 500 kids in their school. So I guess that is a bigger school, but I mean, like when I went to high school and stuff, that was a lot of kids. So I'm like, how did they manage all of this? But anyway, so then you get up at noon, you know, you don't go to bed till 8 after you drop him off, or after I drop him off. And then you have to get up at noon to go pick him up. And then we had to go to Walmart to get some finalized Christmas presents for his grandma. And anyway, so it's been one of those days where I'm kind of just like in zombie mode, you know. And then I get home and start making dinner. We eat dinner, and then I kind of dozed off on the couch for a couple hours, and he comes out and he goes, "Mom, it's 9 o'clock. What are you sleeping for?" So it's like, you know, that night shifter. If you've ever worked a night shift, you know what I mean. Like, a lot of people have a hard time grasping that, you know, like 9 o'clock for, you know, us means 9 o'clock in the morning, you know. So anyway, so it's been a day. And then I did go ahead, and after I put him to bed, I went down and took a little nap. And so I'm just now waking up. So I'm like, oh, I got to film so I can get my video up for Saturday. And then I do need to film itty bitties after this for Sundays. And anyway, but I was just like, oh, I'm not fully awake just yet. So anyway, hopefully the caffeine will kick in soon. So for the bridal bouquet, we saved 20, 40, 60, 75. And then we'll wait to cut this envelope open. I'll leave this over here. Let's go ahead and finish this one because this one we don't fully know what it's going to be. So this is our passports. The groom is surprising Isabella with their honeymoon destination. We know it's somewhere his family has been before, so it must be one of the locations on the next page. With every roll, save the dollar amount and advance one space for that numbered passport. Once you've arrived at airport customs, open the envelope and see if any of my notes are in there. All right, so this is the one that I was a little worried about because it's based on a roll. However, if we roll a 5, then we know we're going to Berlin. So let's hope and pray for a 5 here and that we can get out of this one a little bit cheap. All right, let's see. Oh, of course not. And 2. They seem to like to track together, and it's like, oh, I hope they don't, because this is going to get so expensive. 1. Come on, 5. 1. 2. I mean, you could 1 and 2 all the way up. Okay, so what did I say that was? Did I pay that 2? I don't think I did. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Get some 1s back here. Did I? Okay, let me see. Where was that? So 2, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if I paid that 2. I don't think I did, so I'm just gonna. Oh yeah, I did, because I just counted out 3. And oh goodness, 5! Yay, we did it! So we are going to Berlin. The honeymoon will be in Berlin, I mean. So you see this? Like they liked to track, and typically I roll high numbers. That's my norm with my dice. And so I was assuming these 2 would take off, and they did at first. And then, 4 popped in. 3 didn't get a single roll. 3s. Now, if I'm rolling a 3-sided dice, that is the most common one I roll is a 3. So, okay. All right. Let's see what we saved in total for this. And then we will cut these envelopes open and we will start working on our logic puzzle. So that is exciting. All right. So for our passports, we saved 20, 40, 60, 75, 85, 86, 87, 88. So $88. Woohoo! Woohoo! All right. Oh, I just set that stuff over. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut this open so I can get the money in this envelope so I don't lose it. And then we can get our next clue for these ones, and then we can start working on the logic puzzle and see who committed this horrendous wedding heist. So there's our next clue. We're going to put the money in the envelope. And then let's go ahead and cut this one open, get that money put away. And we are going on vacation in January. So this money in this book, I didn't know at first what I wanted to do with it, but now I think what I'm going to do is I am going to take this and I am going to turn it into bigger bills at the bank, and then I'm going to bring it along just for some extra spending money. So, okay, so these are our next clues. So a rose by any other name. She really loves her cat. I'm so glad you were able to discover the flowers in the bouquet. Hotel staff took your information and discovered that the bouquet was placed in the center of the flower arrangement at the entrance of the resort. In doing so, they also had this information to share. The wedding planner agreed to every request of the brides except for when it came to her also wearing the wedding colors. The 6 suspects are the maid of honor, the 6 suspects are the maid of honor, the woman who hated the wedding colors, the man losing his wingman, the woman arrested for the assault, the officiant, and the man who stole the cake. Okay. Then our passports one is, I knew you would find the passports. The thief was pretty cunning to hide them underneath the mattress. I had a few more tidbits of information that you might find useful in finding out who the theft is. Or thief is. I keep saying theft when it's thief. The mother of the groom was overheard asking if the flowers at the wedding were going to be as fake as the table decor. Rude. The bartender made a joke about the officiant getting into sacramental wine when he saw him being carried out by the groomsmen. The thief, see, I did it again. The thief didn't steal the passports out of jealousy. Okay, so these are, again, clues for our logic puzzle. So we need to go into here and we need to pull all of our clues, because now we need to do our logic puzzle in order to be able to see who did this. Okay, so we've got all of those. And then this is our logic puzzle. Okay. So let's get these. I am going to, do you take this out? Is that possible? No, I don't think so. So we're going to fold these down so I can read these. So that she has a little practice for logic puzzles if you've never done. I loved logic puzzles. I used to do logic puzzles all the time when I was in high school. Loved them. They were my favorite. And then my mom got me a little logic puzzle book that has like a bunch of different logic puzzles in it. And I mean, I have it. I do like logic puzzles. I just haven't, like, I'm really bad about like sitting down and doing busy stuff at my own home. And at work, I work in a factory. I'm a machine operator. I don't have time to sit down and do little crossword puzzles and stuff like that. I love the idea of that, but it's just not me. And if you've seen all this stuff up here, this is the stuff that comes with the order. You get a little bell. We got some money mints. You know, this was our gift for our wedding. You know, when you get invited to a wedding, this is our little favor. And then we got a color-sided die, but also six-sided, and then in a little wedding container, or a diamond container, and you can use this for whatever you would like afterwards. And then this was our clue from our rings. So I just have that all together as one. And oh, and then our wedding present from the newlyweds for being a wedding guest. So let's see, let's get this money out of the way. So we have $10, $11, $12, and $13. So let's get the $13 put in here. Let's scratch these ones off first. And then that way I can get my cash tray and stuff out of the way, and then we can start working on the logic puzzle. So let's see, we got a 2 and a 1 for $3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, all right. So that completes that one. And then this, so my roll true crime saved us just on the low side. I'm not playing the medium side. I'm just going to do the low side. We saved 20, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3. So $33. Not bad, not bad. So I'm going to mark that down here. Pin that up just so we can get this stuff out of our way so we can focus. Since logic puzzles are kind of brain working, which probably isn't going to be good for us tonight, but that's okay. And then I have $10 left, so I'm going to put this in and then just call it done. So let's go ahead and just mark off the 2 5s right there. So 1 and 2 for 10. Okay. We didn't get off too bad with that one. So this one we're calling done. And so our case files saved us 20, 30, 45, 50, 1, 2, 3. So $53. And we only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left on there. That's not too bad. There was a lot on there. Okay. But again, they're my challenges. So it's like, I don't really need to see them through. I know where they come from. I know where they're at. I can print them on demand anytime I want. You know what I mean? Like, Okay. So we completed all of those in the binder. So let's get that out of our way. This is what we're on to, is our logic puzzle. So let me get a sip of my water. I am going to push all the wedding present stuff. I'm going to put it all back in its bag so I don't lose it. I'd like to keep these little trinkets of stuff. And then I'm going to get a drink of my water. I already had my coffee and I drink it very, very quickly. I'm debating on if I want a second cup. Sometimes I have to let it settle for a little bit. Sometimes you just go right into that second cup and then my tummy will start being like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, ma'am. Okay, so let's do, are we going to mark these out with black? Yeah, probably should. Okay, so get a sip of my water. Give me just a second. Okay, sorry about that cut. I ended up having to go get some more water. Okay, so we're going to get into our logic puzzle. And so we will get through this as swiftly as I think we can. Okay, so we're going to read through all this. It's going to take a little bit. If you haven't seen logic puzzles, sometimes they take a little bit. And this one seems to be pretty in-depth. So we are going to, I know that I think the original way to play this is that you do the logic puzzle as you go, but I wanted to do it all in its entirety so that if you guys don't like logic puzzles or anything, you can skip to the end where I'll open Happy Mail. And then also I do want to say, if you do want to skip to the end, I am having an Etsy sale for Christmas and I have 30% off everything in my shop. And then after that, so after Christmas, my shop will go on vacation mode because we are taking a vacation in January. I am taking, I will not be filming on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. So I usually film Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I might film on, I am off Tuesday. And so I think I might film on Tuesday of my setup for 2026, like getting all my binders ready. And then, so just in case anybody wants to see that. So that will go up, but there will be no savings challenges or anything. And then I will be taking a week off in January from filming, just because I don't want to pre-film a bunch and have that up while I'm on vacation, because I do like to answer your guys' comments and when you guys do comment. So I don't want to have any pre-filmed stuff a week early and have that up and then missing comments and worrying about making sure I'm replying and getting to you guys and while I'm on vacation. So yes, that's where I'm at. But I did kind of sit down and work out my schedule. So I do have that. I think in the next video, I'll actually tell you the exact dates of everything. And then also I do have a giveaway that is ending on Sunday night. And it was for cards, mystery cards of your choice, and for 2 savings challenges of your choice. And that was just kind of my gift to you guys because I did hit my 2K milestone and I will be doing a 2K giveaway, but with the holidays all coming up and I'm still waiting on a few Etsy orders, I wanted to wait until January to do that whole giveaway because it will be a video in and of itself of a bunch of different stuff. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into our logic puzzle. And anyway, so we have the maid of honor, okay? And this is Sky Marie Bates, and she is 27 years old, and she's the best friend of the bride. Miss Bates and the bride have been best friends since high school. Miss Bates met the groom the same night as the bride during spring break in Florida. She states she had accidentally called dibs on the groom, but wishes them great happiness. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. She states she loves the bride and would kill whoever did this to her. Miss Bates says that she was at the wedding rehearsal dinner the entire evening. So we know that Miss Bates is the maid of honor. So let's make sure. So let's go through these right here and see if any of these apply to her. So jealousy probably, but it doesn't 100% say that in here, and maybe in these it will. Alcohol doesn't say anything about alcohol. Snobby. Hated colors, losing wingman, spite, got sick, flirted with staff, left early, passed out, dress, rings, vow, passport. Okay, So I don't think that any of these can be crossed off just yet for the suspect. So let's go to the best man. So Mr. Kerr met the groom in elementary school. After a short separation in high school, they rekindled their friendship in college. The groom states that Jake, Mr. Kerr, jokes a lot but means well and wouldn't do anything to ruin his big day. Mr. Kerr states he had a few shots with the minister dude, and that's in quotation, so what he said, then took off to find the hot night manager of the all-inclusive resort. Mr. Kerr then asked if he knew where he could find his new wingman, the Rev Run. So, Mr. Kerr then asked, well, I could do wingman. Let's just read all these. The mother of the groom, Miss Monroe, seems to dislike the title mother of the groom. Preferably simply to be called Miss Monroe or Teddy's mom. Miss Monroe immediately stated that the bride was probably looking for a way out anyway. She had researched the so-called minister or officiant when he arrived wearing a flannel shirt and learned he once dated the bride. Okay, the mother of the groom, it sounds like a nightmare. Miss Monroe followed the officiant to catch him with the gold digger, but he stayed close to the bar and she didn't see him once dinner was served. She suspects that he made an appearance only to cover his tracks before robbing the suite. So she thinks that the officiant did it. Okay. Then the wedding planner, Pamela Carando, 31 years old. Miss Carando was hired 6 months ago from a social media website. She continues to ask when this will all be over so she can go home and quit her job. Miss Carando states that she spent most of the evening looking for the last-minute replacement caterer after he stormed out of the rehearsal dinner during dessert. Miss Carando seems disappointed to learn that the bridesmaid dress was not stolen, but also states that she was alone most of the evening. Okay. The caterer, Chef, I'm not even going to try, Skwatsky, was hired to cater both the rehearsal dinner and the wedding reception. Chef is listed as a suspect due to the wedding planner stating he was going through a messy divorce and threatened to serve fast food rather than waste his time cooking for a wedding that probably won't last a year. Ouch. Chef was found at home prepping for the wedding and said he made the threat after the wedding planner kept crying that this was the biggest day of her life and she needed everything to go perfect. Okay, these people are something. Michael Tran is the officiant. He's 26 years old. Michael Tran dated the bride in high school after he helped tutor her in speech class. He went to veterinarian school and found out he's prone to fainting at the sight of blood. He then discovered you could get ordained online to perform weddings and supplement his income during food deliveries. Mr. Tran said he spent most of the evening at the bar to avoid talking to the mother of the groom, Miss Monroe. Mr. Tran can't confirm his whereabouts after 6 p.m. and said he is more attracted to the father of the bride than the bride. Okay, so those are all our suspects. So let's start getting into this. Okay, dress to impress. Okay, so we have the wedding planner was always asking for more tissues. Okay, so I think this started off with a... Okay, so I think in our invitation... Oh, this got stuck together. It did have some clues in here as well. So let me open this up. And this was like our instructions to the thing. And we have a little scratch off here. And it says, help me. So it says, thank you. So this is our invitation, right? So you can see it's very beautiful. On the back side, it says, thank you, Brooke, for accepting the invitation to help me with my niece's wedding. It's been nearly impossible to investigate while trying to prepare for the wedding. Isabella still has no idea that the items have been stolen. So you should blend in nicely with other guests. If you get stuck, I have some hidden valuable last-minute clues I discovered in the photo collage and of a couple of the rehearsal side notes. Should you need further assistance, please contact my friend Miriam at imlashdesigns and at gmail.com. Thank you, Detective Coin. So, so we have that. And then wasn't it at the front? Yes, I think so. It says, okay, welcome back, investigator. I'm grateful to have you on board. My darling niece is getting married and the bridal was ransacked. We've been here. Okay. And the wedding is in 6 days. We have told Isabella and Ted about the thefts, or we haven't told Isabella and that. So we have invited as a guest to blend in. Hidden inside your wedding favor bag, a preliminary overview indicates that the following items were stolen from the bridal suite during the rehearsal dinner. Our objective is twofold: to recover the stolen items. Okay, accept the mission and let's see. Get the wedding back on track. Okay. So I thought there was something. Okay, I think I have all the logic stuff. Okay. I don't think there's any other clues that I'm missing here. I thought there was something that was said about... Okay, those are just the practice. Okay, maybe not. All right. Oh, here. I've managed to compile witness statements to develop profiles for 6 suspects. Unfortunately, I've misplaced some of my notes. Let me see where the front cover... Oh, okay. Our logic puzzle's on the other side. I've unfortunately misplaced some of my notes and will need to track them down. I remember a witness who observed a woman in tears through the rehearsal dinner. The female suspect include the maid of honor the female suspects, including the maid of honor, the mother of groom, the wedding planner. Notably, the men were not reported to be crying. So we can mark the boxes with X's where the men and endless crying intersects. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that first. So we know, let's see, endless crying right here. Oh, so she already has these marked off. So the best man was not crying, the caterer and the officiant, because those are our men. As you begin to uncover clues, you can eliminate unlikely. Okay, if it allows to do stuff. Okay. Okay. So that is all we needed to know. Okay, so we do know. Okay. Okay, let's start in here. The wedding planner was always asking for more tissues. So we definitely know that the wedding planner was crying. Okay. So we will keep that open. The best man flirted with a few of them before finally setting his eyes on the night manager, who in turn had her eyes on the father of the groom. A group of women in the bathroom were upset about the maid of honor constantly staring at the groom. Okay, so definitely the maid of honor could be in the jealousy part. But she also said that she was at the wedding rehearsal the entire evening. So she didn't go missing. Or so she didn't leave early. So maid of honor didn't leave early, so we can mark that one out. Did I don't know who was arrested. Okay. And then okay. Then the ring bearer. Let's see. The clerk at the pawn shop said the woman who stole the rings. Okay, so we know that it was the woman. Or the woman who sold her the rings heard mumbling, biggest mistake of his life. She also said they close at 6 p.m. So it happened sometime before then. Or 6:30 p.m. I also heard either the mother of the groom or the wedding planner was arrested around 10 p.m. Okay, so we know that the wedding planner, heard that the mother of the groom or the wedding planner was arrested around 10 p.m. So it's either the wedding planner or the mother of the groom. So we know that it wasn't the maid of honor that was arrested. Okay. And we know that the best man was not one of those, so we can mark him off for arrested. Okay, mother of the groom or wedding planner. Okay, so mother of the groom, wedding planner. Okay, so we know that the caterer wasn't arrested and the officiant wasn't arrested. Okay. Then, okay, so we know they weren't arrested. And then we also know that it was a woman for the rings. Okay, so we can mark off for the rings down here for item. We can mark off best man, caterer, and officiant. Okay, and okay, so we know that. Okay, for the rings. All right, cake. The hotel maid saw a man leaving the bridal suite with frosting on his pant leg. Okay, so let's see. We have endless crying, passed out, rested, left early, flirting with staff, got sick. Okay. The bride spent most of her night in the bathroom holding back her best friend's hair. So the maid of honor is the one that got sick. So we're going to put a circle for the maid of honor for got sick. And then we can cross out all of the other ones for got sick. Okay, so we know that it was the maid of honor that got sick. And then a guest saw the groomsmen carrying a passed out man at 8 p.m. So we know that it was a man that was passed out. And we know that it wasn't the groomsman because he was carrying out the passed out man. So passed out. Okay, so we know it was a man. So we can cross off maid of honor. And it says, oh, the groomsman's not even in here. Okay, so we saw a groomsman carrying out a passed out man. Okay, so any woman needs to be crossed out for passed out. So mother of the groom, the wedding planner, the caterer. Oh wait, okay, so we keep the caterer and the officiant. Okay, and then saw a man leaving the bridal suite with frosting on his leg. So we don't have frosting on his leg as anything. Okay. But we know that definitely would be something with the cake. Okay. Then the okay, so for vows, I'm sorry if I'm out of frame, guys. I'm trying to focus. The bartender said that the officiant was looking for a way to stay out of the path of the mother of the groom, so he made him a strong whiskey-based mixed drink. So he definitely could have been drunk. But okay, drunk is not on there, just passed out. Okay. The maid of honor was often seen giving dirty looks to the bride. Okay, so I think the maid of honor is definitely giving jealousy vibes. Oh, alcohol right here. Okay, so the bartender said the officiant was looking for... Okay, so the officiant was definitely drinking. Okay, I can't do anything for that because I don't want to circle it yet. The night manager of the resort was assaulted by another woman, which resulted in an arrest. So we know that the arrest was either the mother of the groom or the wedding planner. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so the night manager is not on here. Okay, so that doesn't matter for that. Okay. Then the mother of the groom was overheard asking if flowers at the wedding were going to be as fake as the table decor. Okay, so the mother of the groom definitely has spite. And that's one of them, was spite. Apparently she hated the colors too. The bartender made a joke about the officiant getting into the sacramental wine when he saw him being carried out by the groomsmen. So the officiant was drinking. So that would be alcohol. So did I put circles in there? Because usually circles mean... Okay, I'm going to leave that. And then the thief didn't steal the passports out of jealousy. Okay, so we know that the passports is not because of jealousy. All right. Then we have the wedding planner agreed to every request of the brides except when it came to her also wearing the wedding colors. Okay, so we know that the wedding planner did not like the wedding colors. So wedding planner hated the colors. Yeah, so we're going to do a circle for hated colors. Okay. Then the 6 suspects, or maybe we should circle for the alcohol. Because then, yeah, okay. So the bartender said the officiant was looking for a way. Okay, so the bartender gave the officiant alcohol. So we know that they had the alcohol. Okay. All right. And then what was the other alcohol one? The mother of the groom. Okay. Well, we'll get back there. Oh, right here. The bartender made a joke about the officiant getting into sacramental wine. So we already know that the officiant was drinking a lot. Oh, the bartender. Okay, so the bartender made a joke about the officiant getting into sacramental wine when he saw him being carried out by the groomsmen. Okay, so that wasn't carrying out, wasn't one. And then we know that the thief did not steal the passports out of jealousy. Okay. The wedding planner agreed to... Okay, so she don't like the colors. The 6 suspects are the maid of honor, the woman who hated the wedding colors. So the maid of honor also hated the wedding colors. Okay, so we know... Okay, so it must have been... Okay, so we know that the wedding planner didn't like the wedding colors and the maid of honor didn't like the wedding colors because it says the woman who hated the wedding colors. The suspect are the maid of honor. Okay. The man losing his wingman, the woman arrested for the assault, the officiant, and the man who stole the cake. So the officiant and the man who stole the cake. So the officiant didn't steal the cake. So cake, we will cross out officiant. And we know that it was a man that stole the cake. Yeah, because it says the officiant and the man who stole the cake. So was this heist done by more than one person? I don't know. Okay, so cake... We know that it wasn't, or we know that it was a man who stole the cake. So that can get rid of maid of honor, mother of the groom, and the wedding planner. Right? Yeah. Yeah, because the caterer was a man. Okay. The wedding planner was always asking for more tissues. So the wedding planner was the one crying. So we're going to circle that. And then we will X out the rest for endless crying. The best man flirted with a few of them before finally setting his eyes on the night manager. Okay, so the best man was the one who was flirting with staff. So best man was flirting with staff, so we can mark out everyone else here. Okay. And then who left early? Best man flirted with, okay, who turned, had her eyes on the father of the groom. A group of women in the bathroom were upset about the maid of honor constantly staring at the groom. Okay, so we're going to do maid of honor for jealousy because that's... And then we'll mark off all the rest of these. And then we know the officiant was the alcohol. And then we have 2 people that hated colors though. And then best man would be the one losing wingman, right? Said something in here about a wingman. Mr. Kerr met the groom in elementary school. Okay. The groom stated that Mr. Kerr jokes a lot, but means the world to him, wouldn't do anything to ruin his big day. Mr. Kerr states he had a few shots with the minister dude, then took off to find the hot night manager of the all-inclusive resort. Mr. Kerr then asked if he knew where he could find his new wingman. Yeah, so he's the one worried about losing his wingman. So that was best man. So losing wingman, so we can mark off everybody else for that. And then we have snob and spite. Well, I feel like that could be definitely either the mother of the groom or the wedding planner. I don't think that it wouldn't be best man. And the best man didn't care about the colors, and he didn't have spite. The wedding planner, also the maid of honor, she could be, but she was jealousy. So I'm going to mark her out for snob and spite. The caterer didn't really have, he might have had spite. The officiant has alcohol, so his wouldn't be that. Oh, so we're missing the caterer. So the caterer has to be, so the caterer is not snobby. They didn't hate the color, so they have to be the one for spite, right? So we have maid of honor for jealousy. Then we have best man for losing wingman. Mother of groom. Mother of groom was a snob, because she did like make the comments about the table decor, so I'm going to put her for snob. And then wedding planner hated the colors, but so did the maid of honor. But the maid of honor is going to be jealousy, so we're going to cross her. So the wedding planner, okay, so we're going to do mother of groom for for snob, wedding planner for hated colors. And so then that would leave spite, which would be the caterer. Okay. Okay, so I think we have motive down. Now we're on to actions. So we have maid of honor got sick. The best man flirted with the staff. The mother of the group, who got arrested? Who was the one that got arrested? I forgot who got arrested. And who passed out. The wedding planner was endless crying. I remember multiple things being said about that, but why didn't I? Okay. So the wedding planner was always asking for more tissues. The best man flirted. Okay. The group of women in the bathroom were upset about the maid of honor constantly staring. Okay, so we know that's jealousy. Okay, so we know that for the rings, it had to be somebody that said that they, okay, so it had to be somebody that left early because they closed at 6:30. So we know that the maid of honor did not leave early because she was there all night. So the rings cannot be the maid of honor. All right, and then, oh, right here. I also heard that either the mother of the groom or the wedding planner was arrested around 10. Okay, so mother of the groom or the wedding planner. Oh yeah, those are our two spots that are open for that. Okay. So we know that the wedding planner was the one endlessly crying. So they can't be the arrested. So it had to have been the mother of the groom. Okay, so we got maid of honor for got sick. We have best man for flirting with staff. Mother of groom got arrested. The wedding planner had the endless crying. The caterer either left early or passed out. and the officiant either left early or passed out. So the officiant has to be the passed out one because he's the alcohol. So the caterer left. Did the caterer leave early? Let me see. Let's see if it says anything about the caterer. Fly away. Dress, fly away, ring. Say anything in here? He was hired to cater both rehearsal dinner and wedding reception. Okay. Right here. He was found at home prepping for the wedding and said he made the threat after the wedding planner kept crying that it was the biggest day of her life and she needed it to go perfect. So he was at home prepping. So I'm assuming that means that he left early. So we're going to say he left early, and we're going to say the officiant is the one that passed out, because that's what it's hinting to because of the alcohol. All right, so we've got those. So we have every one of those filled out. Okay, so then, all right, let's scratch our scratchers and see what they say. See if they give us any more clues here. Okay, so it says, oh, right here, caterer is very spiteful. Okay, we already figured that one out. The maid of honor is jealous. Yes, we have maid of honor for jealous. Then we have officiant, too much alcohol. Yep, we got that for alcohol. Then we have best man is a flirt, and we have him for flirting with staff. Yep. And then we have wedding planner hates the colors. So hated colors. We have wedding planner. Perfect. So we got all our top logic done for our motives and our actions. So now we need to work on items. Okay, so I went ahead and filled out this section down here. And I guess I'm like, I don't know if it's because I haven't done logic puzzles in forever. I'm confused because I don't know then how to get to the items, right? So we know the suspects and their motives, their actions. But I don't know how that then goes into items. We have a few clues about the items, but I'm not 100% sure how to figure out who was each one. So, I mean, I guess I could write the motive, I mean, the front of it. Because from, like, the looks of everything, it kind of sounds like they all kind of did it. But if you go to the motives page here, right at the front here, right? So those are case notes. So the motive for the maid of honor was jealousy. I don't know what it means by time. Time? Don't know, but their action was they got sick. Okay, best man's motive was a losing wingman. So I'm going to write wingman. And his action was he got, wait. Oh, he flirted with staff, so flirting. Okay. Then the mother of the groom was a snob, definitely. And her action was she was arrested. The wedding planner hated the colors. I mean, that would be a crazy motive. And her action was crying. I mean, that's a crazy motive, just like steal somebody's part of their wedding is you hated their colors. Okay, the caterer was spite. And his action was he left early. Then the officiant was alcohol. So he was a little drunketed. Alcohol. And then his action was he got sick, right? His action was, no, he passed out. Passed out. I don't know what time means here. Yeah, I think we got everything. I just don't know how to figure out who did it. So I think I'm going to look over this all again, make sure I'm not missing anything. And if I am, I'll just put it in there. Oh, wait, here we have the, should we cheat? We have the answers on the back. Okay. So we have, listen, I was so excited for the logic puzzle. I mean, we did do the logic puzzle here, but I don't know how to get to the items. Okay, so we know here. So let me come down here for dress. Dress, but got sick doesn't make sense. Oh, because they did get sick. Okay. So here we have, let me fill this all out, and then rings was passport. Okay, so the dress was the maid of honor. The rings was the mother of the groom. The vows was the officiant. How could the officiant take the vows? That's crazy. The passports was the best man. Oh, that makes sense because he didn't want to lose his wingman. The bouquet was the wedding planner because she hated the colors. And the cake was the caterer because he didn't want to make it. That would be my guess. All right. So that is all. I guess. Oh, so, okay. I guess, like, I think the logic puzzles I used to play had a defining answer within their clues. Like, there wasn't anything you had to kind of guess out yourself. So I guess for this one is a little more advanced. And so you have to kind of eliminate them yourself. So, like, obviously, for, like, the caterer, he's spiteful. He doesn't want to make the stuff. He thinks that the wedding's not going to last. So he probably would be the one that would steal the cake. Does that make sense? So nowhere does it specifically say he's the one that stole the cake. But so you have to kind of put two and two together. And then, like, the bouquet. The bouquet. The wedding planner absolutely hated the colors. So she stole the bouquet. You know, that, so those things. So that's why I wasn't. Okay, that makes more sense. I was so confused. I'm like, did I forget how to do logic puzzles? I just think all the logic puzzles I've done in my life have just been defined answers. Whew, okay, so we have figured it out. So let's go ahead and write all that in. Was not without valid effort. I'm going to assume time means item. So we have maid of honor stole the dress. I mean, she was jealous. She got, you know, sick, wasn't doing good. Then the best man, he stole the passports because he didn't want them to leave. And so, you know, that makes sense. So passports. And it said that there was a man leaving with that had cake on their pants, and so it had to have been a man that stole the cake. And we know that the caterer obviously isn't going to want to make the cake and mess around with the food, because he doesn't think that they should be married. And the only other men were the officiant. Why would the officiant care about the cake? And the best man, why would he care about the cake? He cares about the passports, he's flirting, having a good time. He doesn't want to lose his wingman. Okay, so then mother of the groom is the one that hated she was a snob, and she was arrested. And so she took the rings. I don't really know that I would have figured the rings one out. I think I would have been basically she'd be the last one left, and then that's when I would have chose the rings. The wedding planner definitely was the bouquet. So I'm just going to put flowers because I'm running out of room. I wrote too big. Because she absolutely hated the colors. So that makes sense. And then the officiant is the vows. I mean, the officiant is the one that, is the one that has them read the vows. So, it kind of makes sense. Okay, so that makes a little bit more sense. You have to kind of put 2 and 2 together yourself. You got to kind of work for that logic puzzle. Which, again, that could be how logic puzzles are played now. I used to play logic puzzles when I was in high school. So I think they were a lot more simplified, if you say. But that is our busted book. How fun was that? Should we go and count everything? I know we've already been here way too long, but I got a little confused. Listen, you guys should be used to it by now. Welcome to my channel. All right, so our vows, got our cake. That was so much fun. And you can save so much money with this, so much more money with this. So like for the logic puzzle, you would go in and like you can put an amount per X and per zero or circle whenever you figure one out. And then also our clues, just to make sure we were right on everything. These are each $5. So you could save $5 for that. So there are ways to like save so much more money, but it's already a big boy save for me. So, but I will definitely probably, because like some of these things I think can change. No, everything is set. So like busted one, some of the things could be a little bit different depending on what you eliminated. The passports could be different of like where you're going to go. But I think that's really the only one that wasn't like predetermined. So I had so much fun with that. Took me a minute to, I had to look at the answer clue for the items, but we got the motive and everything all set. I just didn't know that I had to kind of do process elimination. I was looking for like, I was thinking I was missing something, like there was some specific answer of who did each item. I didn't know you had to kind of like eliminate and, officiant being vows and, stuff like that. Okay, so in our busted book, we saved 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 91, 391. That is absolutely amazing. And I had so much fun with that. I will definitely be playing the next installment. And each one is done differently. So each one of her busted books, she has different themes, different ways of playing it. It's all set up different. It's to whatever Miriam's creative, beautiful mind comes up with. So, and it does. It's pretty amazing to me how she comes up with some of these things. All right. So I guess I'm going to have to get back into my logic puzzle book and start refreshing my skills on advanced logic puzzles and not easy ones that pretty much give you the answer as long as you just read the words. All right, let's go ahead and get into our happy mail now. That was a long one, but that was so much fun. I absolutely loved it. So I ordered this, and this comes from Spooky Budgets, and I placed this order for Black Friday, or was it Cyber Monday? I can't remember. One of the sales that she was having. And I got the VH stack of savings that has all of our Aladdin, Hook, Mrs. Doubtfire, Flubber, Jumanji, and Jack. Absolutely love this one. And then I had to get the witches. I had to. I think with these two, I own every single one of her VH stacks of savings. So got to keep the collection up, you know. And then this is her Hey Boo. Thank you. Thank you so very much for supporting my small business. I hope your new goodies make you smile or make your savings journeys a little bit spookier. Aw, and that comes from Spooky Budgets. Love her, and I love her stuff. Ooh, let's see what our free gift is. I like free gifts. Aw, look at the black cat paper clip. I love that. We got a sticker. Tiny arms, big dreams. Nothing can stop you now. That's cute. A little Oogie Boogie roll and save tiny. That will go into my IOU folder. And then we have Thrive. There's enough space for the moon and her stars not to tear each other down. That's right. We are thriving. So she used to send out big tarot cards with every order, and I've kept every single one of them. So it looks like she's kind of streamlined it a little bit, but it will definitely continue to go in there. So it's, I mean, it fits in, this will fit in a folder a lot nicer. And so yeah. All right. And then we got this one. I was so excited to get this. I seen this and I was like, oh yes, definitely need that. I did not see this when it was released, so not really sure I missed it, but here we are. So the Cash Budgeter's Guide to Ghost Hunting. Absolutely. And it's a little book, and it has like ghost hunting gear, your equipment, your ghost hunting team, walkie-talkie. And then these are more equipment, and they have different stuff, you know, different sayings and stuff for it. We have your pan check, like, it's just so funny. The evidence room, cleansing ritual. So I'm pretty excited for this. I absolutely love this. All like ghost hunty stuff. Love it. Thank you. Then this also was an order. And this was from, let's open this first. Okay, and this is our thank you for your order. Really appreciate you and hope that you love your purchase. So follow along with me on my budgeting journey, and this comes from Budgeting with Kim. Hold on, I don't know why my okay, sorry for that. My diffuser over there was beeping a bunch. It was driving me crazy. I don't know what's happening with it, but oh, look, I love things that have my name on them. To Brooke, and it's a little like tag, like for a gift tag. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Kim. And then we get this for freebie, little Nomi, a little December Nomi. Love that. And it, you know, it's from Budgeting with Kim Co. And this is what I ordered. Got a few things when she had her sale. Come on. And I got a couple of her sticker challenges. I loved these like spooky postcard stamps one, so I had to get that one. Absolutely love that. So that will definitely go into my Halloween. And then the Fall Brew. I loved it. I had to get it. And this one is a Save 65. This one she only had available in the 100, which is gonna hurt me, but I had to have it. I loved how they look. And then Leaves Are Falling. Oh, I don't think I ordered this. Maybe I did. Nope, I got Fall Brew and Spooky Season. So thank you so much, Kim. And this is Leaves Is Fallen. Oh, that's beautiful. And this is a Save 65 Plus. What's the plus for? Oh, for maybe the hearts, because they don't have numbers in there, so you can choose what you want for the hearts, or like do a roll and save. Oh, I love that. So I got those, and then I seen this and I had to. I just had to. Like, are you kidding me? The Vogue girls, like the Vogue princesses, love it. I had to get it. So yeah, absolutely love it. Thank you so much. I love my order. Love everything. And then next is actual Happy Mail. I was so excited when I seen this. And so this comes from Blue Kiwi Budgets. So the true gifts of Christmas are for the hearts to enjoy, or the heart to enjoy. And look, a 2026 challenge, and it's nutrition facts. Fresh start 500%, new gold 200%, focus 100%, growth and opportunity 100%, mind shift 100%, challenge accepted 200%, and self-care 500%. Amen. I absolutely love this. And then look, it has my name on it. I love things that have my name on it. Anybody else just love personalized things? Oh, I love it so much. And look at him, he's so cute. Oh, I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. That's so sweet, Lacey. Thank you. Okay, and it says, may his love always bless you, his joy always fill you, his presence always keep you close to all that is good. Wishing you God's best at Christmas and in the new year. Blessings, Lacey from Blue Kiwi Budgets. Aw, Lacey, thank you. I truly, truly love it. This put such a smile on my face. Thank you so much. All right, that is all I have for you guys. So that was fun. We finished out the Busted series. Had a little bit of trouble with that logic puzzle, but that's okay. That's okay. We got all the rest of them filled out. And that is all I have for you guys. So if you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe down below. Become a member of my channel. If you like the video, give it a like, leave me a comment, and I'll see you on the next one. See ya!